So keypads will not be expired. Right. No supported authentications. So this is a security group keeper issue. This is a keeper issue. So no supported authentication method available. I got this error. Keeper issue. This is a keeper issue. Okay. So you can create new keeper and you can try. Definitely that will work. Sir. Yes. So whatever you generate with the key pair, first key pair, so that was having some issue, right? That is why you need to create properly. You need to create properly. So you need to use the proper key, then it will work. Fine. Any other questions, anyone, before going to start storage today? Any other questions? Any? Maheshwar, Abdul. Yeah, Mayur, do you have any questions?
Yes, Sanjay.
Yeah.
So yesterday,
Can you speak a bit louder? Bit
yeah,
louder.
yesterday my default security group was available. I have taken that only. So in default, it was all traffic already on all traffic. But
Okay.
because of that, I was not able to connect to that Tomcat application on the browser. So after that, yeah,
All traffic is enabled for outgoing, outbound routes, right? Outbound routes should be
inbound.
inbound. All TCP can enable. All TCP.
No, all traffic was already enabled by default default. So I should have got the Tomcat application running on the browser. But after that, all TCP I enabled, then it started. But what is the difference between all traffic and all TCP?
Yes. All TCP, all traffic, both are same. But so you need to enable one more small thing here. I'll show you quickly. So once you enable all TCP or all traffic, make sure you need to change something like so here there is a one more option, right? That you need to modify, which is what is this? Yeah.
Custom.
Yeah, when you create this, you need to modify it to anywhere, anywhere, anywhere IPv4. This you need to modify. That definitely that will be correct. Okay, server will be correct. Web page will be open.
Okay. Fine. And one more question I have. What is the difference between like host name when we in CLI mode we give that command, no? Host name and then host name. And what is tag? So they both are different.
Host name tag. So host name is server name. So even the tag also server name. So tag name we can give here in the console, right? So here, can if you want to modify the tag name, you can modify here. Server name, right? Host name means in the CLI console, we can change the server name. You want to change in console side, PuTTY or SSH authentication. So when we connect, so by the time if you want to change the name, we can change by using the command host name, server name. execute bash, right? So why we require host name to be changed? Anyone? What is the importance of host name here? So to identify the server, normally here in the AWS console, we have 100 servers available. Okay. So which service belongs to which project? Which service belongs to which application? So you can change the tag name here, right? You can give the tag name. But console side, so when you open 10 consoles, you'll be confused because that will show you only private IP address, right? To identify the server, to check the server information, to get the server. So we can change the host name in console side, like CLI. CLI, normally we can change that. So both are same. Both are same. No changes. But GUI side, you can call it as tag name. CLI side, you can call it as host name. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah, make sure everyone practice. Don't miss the practice. So if you miss the practice, you'll be confused. That is why make sure everyone practice daily basis. Today's concept is so EC2 document not yet uploaded because I'm updating the document. So mostly tomorrow I'll update EC2 and storage documents one by one. Okay. Yeah, updating the documents. So everyone, can you mute yourself? Already removed the already removed. So if you have still access, you can undo. Yeah, today's concept is storage. AWS storage. What is storage, anyone? What is storage? What is storage drive in your laptop, or server, or any other desktop, right? What is storage, anyone? Storage is a space, right? So when we want to store any data, our operating system, our applications, our databases, what we require? We require storage. Without storage, we cannot install operating system. So we cannot update the patches, applications, right? Yeah. So this is the very key component of the system, right? Core component of the system. So without which we cannot store the data, right? Yeah. So every cloud platform, they are trying to give best storage. So not only AWS, not only Azure, not only Google Cloud, every cloud platform, they are trying to give best storage to store the customer data, to protect the customer applications, to store the customer databases, right? Here, AWS also giving very good storages to store the data, right? In Azure, we have other storages. In Google Cloud also, we have very core storages, okay? So here, we have important storages. First one, EBS. EBS. What is the full form of EBS, anyone? Elastic Block Store or Storage. Elastic Block Store or Storage. So this is the first storage. Second one is S3. Simple storage service. Third one is EFS. Elastic File System. Yeah. So fourth one is Glacier. Glacier or S3 Glacier, both are safe. Fifth one is snapshot. Sixth one is so these are all the services available in storage. These are all the services available in storage, right? Yeah, let us go with one by one. Elastic block store. What is elastic block store? What are the use of elastic block store? Where we use this? So what type of hardware they are providing in the backend? Okay. So elastic block store is a block level storage. Block level storage. Yeah. So from 1 GB to 1 GB to 16 TB, 1 GB to 16 TB, we can create a block by block and we can attach to the EC2 instance. So we can create 1 GB to 16 TB block by block and attach to the EC2 instance. This is specially designed to attach our servers. EBS one. EBS is the block level storage, which is a yeah core storage, core level storage. This is specially designed to attach our EC2 instance. So from 1 GB to 16 TB, how much you want, you can create and attach to the EC2 instance. So here, yeah, EBS storage, we use the SSDs. What is SSD? What is SSD? Solid state drives. In our laptop also we are using solid state drive, right? Yeah. So here AWS is providing SSDs. So whatever the servers we are creating, so backend EBS volume available, EBS storage, elastic block store, which is SSD storage, right? So here IOPS is 100 by 3000. What is this IOPS, anyone? Input output per second, the speed of your volume, right? 100 by 3000. So it will rotate this many times, right? Yeah. This is bit costlier compared with all other storages. EBS is the bit costlier storage, right? Yeah. So by default, they're giving GP2, GP2 storage. GP2 full form is general purpose 2. So GP3 also available, but they're giving GP2. You can use the GP2 one. Fine. Yeah. So this is the first storage, which is very, very important storage, core storage. Second one is S3, simple storage service. Is a object to storage, global storage, and public cloud storage. This we can compare to Google Drive, right? So in Google Drive, normally what we will do in Google Drive, when you want to upload any data, when you want to download any data, when you want to modify any data, so you can directly connect Google Drive. We can upload the data, you can download the data. So whatever data you want upload, you can upload, right, in Google Drive, like binary files, image files, PDFs, spreadsheets, JPEG files, whatever file formats you want to upload, you can upload into Google Drive. So the same way we can upload any data into S3, any files. So S3 allow any file formats, not only Excel's, not only Word document. So any file format you can upload into S3, right? Yeah. Next one, EFS. What is EFS, anyone? It is a file level storage. Elastic file system is a file level storage. Transfer files from region to region and a zone to zone. So this is a elastic file system, file level storage. So this is mainly for Linux workloads. Linux workloads. So in Windows also we have a file sharing. In Windows also we have a file sharing, which is we can call it as share folder, SharePoint. So in real-time projects normally, so we use the share folders. What is share folder, anyone? Real-time guys? Real-time guys, what is share folder? Anyone having idea? Share folder or SharePoint? Anyone having idea? What is share folder? What is the use of share folder? Yeah, server folder. Yes, correct. Share folder is a server folder. So what is the use of that? Anyone? We can store data centrally. Centrally. So for example, we are team members. For example, we are all team members, classroom guys. Okay. So in our yeah, one person, you are lead. You are leading the team. Okay. So every month you prepare one shift roster. Shift roster. So which is shift schedule that we can store in the share folder, central location. So when you upload into central location, anyone can access from any region, any zone. We can access and we can check the skip schedule, right? And also monthly patching activity. So patches also we can upload into share folder. And also KT files, SOPs, and videos, whatever project videos or project PPTs, whatever you want to upload, you can upload into this share folder. So anyone can access from any region, any zone, right? So this is a central folder, central location. We can create one folder that in that folder we can upload any common data for every, for example, not only shift roster, shift schedule, not only patches. So any fresher join into the project. So normally we give this path, share folder path. You can access the path. You can get the all files, KT files, and you can go through the files, right? So also server inventories you can upload into share folder, server inventories, and any other SOPs like any KT files or any file formats, you can upload into share folder. So this is mainly for share folder is mainly for Windows environments, right? So EFS is mainly for Linux workloads. Both are same functionality, file sharing only, right? But Linux side we use the EFS, Windows side we use the share folder, right? Yeah. Next one, Glacier. What is Glacier? Yeah. In general, what is Glacier? In general, what is Glacier? Anyone? What is Glacier in general? So cold water or ice water, right? Yeah, this is a cold storage, cold storage. So this is mainly for backups and archive. So this is a very cheaper storage compared with all other storages. Glacier is a cheaper storage compared with all other storages. So here, if you want to store any long-standing, if you want to save any long-standing data, for example, so as per the project team requirement, we created the servers, 100 servers. We hand over to project. They start working on the servers. Once the project is completed, they ask us to terminate the servers. That is the process, actual process every project team following, right? So as per the project team requirement, what they will do, they create one ticket request. In that request, they update the information uh, and they submit the request. Once they submit the request, so the request will come to our bin. As per the request, we create the servers and hand over to project. Once we hand over the servers to project, so they start working on the project using the servers. And once the project is completed within 6 months or 1 year or 1.5 year, they ask us to terminate. So once they ask us to terminate, we need to terminate the servers, but we should not terminate the storage, right? So this EBS volume we need to protect. We need to hold, right? So EBS volume also pricing, not free of cost, EBS volume. That is why So for example, the data, whatever the data is available on the EBS volume, the data they required after 1 year, for example. They deliver the project, but data required after 1 year. If you want to hold the data for 1 year, you can move the data to long-standing data. So Glacier is cheaper cost. So here, for example, 1 GB, 20 GB, for example, 20 GB data cost here $1, for example, $1 only. Okay. So here Glacier 20 GB data cost $1. But whereas here EBS volume 20 GB data cost $20. 20 times cheaper. So this is 20 times cheaper. 20 GB data cost, EBS volume is $20, but here $1 only. 20 times cheaper. Glacier is 20 times cheaper. That is why, so this is mainly for, this is, we use the Glacier mainly for backups and archive. In real-time projects, if you want to store any long-standing data, so minimum, more than 3 months, if you want to store any data, you can go to the Glacier. If you want to store any data, if you want to hold any data 15 days or 1 month, you can take snapshot. That we'll discuss. Okay. So Glacier is a cold storage. This is mainly for backups and archival. And so here, this is a cheaper cost compared with all other storages. So why it is cheaper? Why this Glacier is very cheaper? Because they're using very old storages, old hardware, the backend. So one of the storage is available, very old storage, which is EMC Clarion. So this is bit older storage. Clarion is very old storage, oldest storage. When I started my career, by the time we used to use this. In 2005, I started my career. I started with Verizon Data Services. So by the time we used to use this EMC Clarion, which is a very old storage. Performance-wise, bit slow. Okay. So this storage, yeah, normally currently they are using for backups and archive. Currently, very advanced storages are available in the market, which are EMC VMAX, EMC advanced storages, Netflix, and EMC different storages are available. EMC, Dell, HP, different storages are available. NetApp also available. Okay, so this is very old storage. Yeah, less performance. This is mainly for backups and archive. Okay. Next one is a snapshot. What is snapshot, anyone? Snapshot. What is snapshot, anyone? Snapshot is a replica, or else we can say point in time. Point in time. So snapshot is a one backup copy or replica or point in time, we can say, right? So why we require snapshot? What is the importance of snapshot? Anyone? Real-time guys. So we use snapshot, right, in real-time projects. What is the importance of snapshot? What is the use of snapshot? Snapshot is not AMI image. That is different. That is also one copy, but snapshot is different. Recovery, someone saying recovery and restore. Snapshot is a replica or point in time, you can say. What the use of snapshot is? So normally, for example, as a, yeah, developers, what they will do in real-time projects. Developers, what they do in real-time projects. They develop the code, they build the applications, they prepare the applications, right? So once the development is completed, testing will be happening. Testers work on the test environment. Once the testing is completed, what we will do as a DevOps engineer? We deploy the applications by using DevOps tools, right? Yeah. While deploying the application team, application team asks us to take one snapshot. While deploying the application team asks us to take the snapshot. In case the deployment is failed, by using the snapshot, we can revert back to previous state, normal state. We can bring back to normal state, right? So snapshot, we can call it as point in time. Point in time means what is point in time? Anyone? Point in time. Anyone having any idea? Snapshot, we can call it as point in time, right? The particular time. The particular time. For example, so we took one snap here. We took one snap in this room. So after 5 minutes, one more guy came. But that latest update will not be available in the snap. Snapshot is a point in time, that particular time, the respective, the particular time. Okay. Yeah. So before deploying application, application team asks us to take the snapshot. In case the deployment is failed, we can bring back to that point in time, that respective point in time. So we can bring back to normal state. Okay. Yeah. This is one replica, one backup copy. Okay. Next one, AWS backup. What is backup in? Backup is a, what is backup, anyone? So every organization, every positive, they're using different backup strategies, right? What is backup, anyone? Real time, guys. Backup is a, it is a copy of important data. So why we require copy? Why we require copy of important data? So whatever the drives, whatever the storages we're using, the storage may crash any point of time. So whatever the production servers we are using, the server may be corrupted any point of time, right? So in case server is crash or storage drive is corrupted, data will be lost. The data is lost, what will happen? So for example, Flipkart server is running. Flipkart server is running. So Flipkart server is crash. What will happen? Client business will be impacted. The client business is impacting. What will happen? Definitely, they go back to old methodology, which is a physical data centers. Don't go with the cloud. That is why. So to protect customer application, to protect customer data, we always use the backup strategies. Okay. So here we have very important backup strategies are available. So here on-premises backup strategies. We'll discuss about on-premises. So on-premises, what is on-premises anymore? What is on-premises? On-premises, if you understand on-premises, you will understand cloud. So on-premises is local servers, local data centers, on office floor, local, right? Yeah. So first we need to understand this. If you understand this, you can understand cloud also. Same on-premises and cloud backup strategies, both are same. Yeah. Yeah. So in on-premises backup strategies, first one is important one, which is daily backups. Second one is weekly backups. Third one is monthly backups. Fourth one is on-demand backups. These are the four backup strategies, important backup strategies, right? So every organization, every positive, they're using these four important strategies. So daily backups, daily, what is daily backup? Daily, whatever the changes are happening in the project, that will be backed up, right? Which is, we can say, Incremental backup. Incremental backup. What is incremental, anyone? Real time, guys. What is incremental? Anyone having idea? Real time, guys. Incremental backup. Chunk by chunk. Okay. Delta. Okay. So what? Yeah, incremental is nothing but so whatever the latest changes are happening. For example, yesterday morning by 7 a.m. I completed the backup. Yesterday morning 7 a.m. From yesterday morning 7 a.m. to today morning 7 a.m. Whatever the changes are happened, those will be backed up, which is incremental back. From last taken backup, whatever the changes are happened, those we can take the backup, which is incremental back. Okay. New data every day. Someone saying here, right? So this retention period is retention. What is retention, anyone? Retention. What is retention? Retention is 30 days. Time to hold. Yes, correct. So retention period is 30 days. Maximum 30 days we can hold the data. From 31 day onwards, we will start rewriting the data. So maximum daily backups, we can hold 30 days only. For example, I took the backup today. By next month, 24th, that will be expired. Again, we'll start rewriting the data, right? So because if you hold the data for 1 year, 2 years, what will happen? No use, right? No use, right? Yeah. So the costing will be storage costing, right? That is a maximum 1 month daily backup. So next one, yeah, this backup normally we start at 6 p.m. every day, 6 p.m. End up by next day morning 5 a.m. Before 5 a.m. Not so it will not take 24 hours. It will not take 12 hours also. It will take 4 hours, 5 hours like that. So before 5 a.m. next day, that will be completed. So why we start the backup job at 6 p.m.? We can start at afternoon 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 2 p.m., right? So why we start the backup at 6 p.m.? After business hours, off business hours. Okay. So because backup will be happened through network, backup will be happened through network. In case by 11 a.m. or 12 p.m. or 1 p.m., if you start the backup, what will happen? Network traffic will be increased because the backup will happen through network. In case backup network traffic increased, network team what they will do? They kill the backup. That is why. So make sure after business hours only we need to start the backup. Okay. Yeah. So while working on backup, we'll go very deep dive. Next one, weekly backup. Weekly backup is a full backup. Full backup, which is a yeah. Here retention is 90 days. This backup normally we start at 7 p.m. End up by Saturday morning. Sorry. So weekly backup, full backup every week, every Friday, every Friday, 7 p.m. This backup will be started. It will be end up by Sunday, Saturday morning 5 a.m. Saturday morning 5 a.m. Okay. Yeah. So 7 p.m. This backup also we start 7 p.m. Next one, monthly backup is also full backup. Retention is retention is 90 days only. So this backup will be started at every month, first Friday, 8 p.m. End up by Monday morning 5 a.m. So monthly backup only once in a month will start the backup. Okay. Yeah. So here daily backups. Normally we use the data domain, data domain to take the backup. Hardware unit is data domain, Dell data domain. Dell data domain. If you search in Google, Dell data domain, see here, these are the hardware unit. These are the hardware devices. In this, take the see here, data domain. Data domain. In this, yeah, if you click here, this cabinet will be opened. In that, high capacity drives available. So in that, we can take the backup. Okay. Yeah. So next one, weekly backup and monthly backup. We use the backup tapes for weekly backups, monthly backups. We use the backup tapes, tape drives, right? So once the backup is completed, we can remove the tapes and we can move to alternate location to protect the tapes to save the file safe, right? So once the backup is completed on tape drives, that we can remove and we can move to alternate location for file safe. Okay. Yeah. Once the retention is completed, retention means the period completed, we can take back that old back tape drives and we can take the backup. Okay. Yeah. So daily backup, weekly backup, monthly backup. So these are all fine. What is this backup? What is on demand anyway? What is on demand? Immediate, immediate, instantly, immediately, right? So why we require on demand backup? We have three strategies already: daily, weekly, monthly, right? So again, why we need to go with the on demand? So after retention period, what happens to the data? Yeah, so 1 month, 3 months, that is enough. More than that, not required. Okay. So if any project required that data for longer time, they can go with the glacier. They can move to glacier. Okay. Yeah. So on-demand backup, instantly, immediately, whenever we want. For example, so we run the daily backup, or weekly backup, or monthly backup. Okay. So not few servers, those are in shutdown state. Few servers in shutdown state. Those servers backup not happened, backup failed. So while running the backup, so server should be online. Server should be online, right? The server is in down state or shutdown state or hung state, so backup will not be happen. In case any server is not backed up, we run on-demand backup immediately, instantly. But that server is critical production server. That backup is not happened. But if any servers, any issues happen with the server is crash or disk is failed, what will happen? Escalations. That is why if any production server is not backed up, daily backup or weekly backup or monthly backup, we can run on-demand backup, which is immediately, instantly. Instant backup, right? So these are the backup strategies available. So practically, we can create the backup strategy, this backup strategies. Okay. Yeah. So far, any questions, anyone? Now, so let us go with EBS volume today. EBS volume and snapshot. Today we cover these two storages. So this is just introduction of the storages. Okay. So now we'll discuss about EBS volume snapshot. Today we can cover. Yeah. So what is EBS volume, anyone? What is EBS volume? EBS volume, I'm calling it as volume, right? Volume is a storage. So normally in real-time projects, EBS volume, we can call it as EBS volume, elastic block store volume. Volume is a storage. Okay. Yeah. What is EBS volume? EBS volume is a block level storage. EBS is a elastic block storage, a block level storage. From 1 GB to 16 TB, we can create block by block and we can attach to the EC2 instance. So we use SSDs in EBS and IOPS is 100 by 3000. Compare with all other storages, EBS is a bit costly. right? Snapshot is a replica, it is a backup copy, it is a point in time. Okay. Yeah. Now I give you a small requirement. I give you small requirement. So one of the project team, there is a request for creating a server. Okay. So they need the project team need a server because they are going to start one project. Okay. There is a request. So in ServiceNow or Jira or BMC Remedy ticketing systems are available. There is a request. As per the request, we create the server. In that request, they gave all the requirement, whatever they have requirement, they gave the server required in Mumbai region and 1 GB storage, 8 GB storage, one CPU and 1 GB RAM, right? And OS is Linux, Amazon Linux. They gave all the requirement. So as per the requirement, we created the server, we hand over to project. How can we hand over? By giving the IP address and a host name, right? And credentials, login credentials. And once we hand over to project, they started working on the server. They develop the code, they modify the code, they test the code. Once the project is completed, they ask us to terminate the server. Once they ask us to terminate the server, we can terminate the server, but at the same time, we need to protect the EBS value data, right? But they require the data after 1 month. They need the data, whatever the data is available on the EBS volume, they required after 1 month. If you hold that EBS volume for 1 month, that is also costing. That is what we have to do. After 1 month, they need the data. EBS volume we should not hold for 1 month. What we will do? That data, that EBS volume. Yeah. So more than 3 months means we can go with the glacier. Yeah. Below 3 months, we need to take one snapshot. That EBS volume, we need to take one snapshot. We can hold the snapshot for one. Snapshot is a binary copy. Binary copy. Snapshot is a binary copy. What is binary copy? Binary, like zip, binary files, zip files, right? So that EBS volume, we can take one snapshot. For example, EBS volume size is 10 GB. When you take snapshot, that will be reduced to 1.5 GB or 2 GB maximum. That will compress zip file, right? So that the costing will be reduced, right? So cloud is always costing and everywhere costing. Any cloud, not only AWS, not only Azure, not only GCP. So everywhere pricing, any service, right? So client always audit how the team is managing cloud. They always audit. So we need to reduce the costing every time. We need to monitor the services which you are using. So which is, we can say, cost optimization. Every time we need to check the cost optimization, right? Yeah. So as per the client requirement, we created the server. The client asked us to terminate the server once the project is completed. So we took the snapshot. After 1 month, they came back and they asked us to provide the data. So this snapshot, again, we need to convert to EBS volume and we need to attach that EBS volume to any of the server. We can hand over to project. So that they take backup, they modify something. They confirm us after 24 hours, after 48 hours, so that we can delete all the resources. Requirement అర్థమైందండి anyone? Requirement is clear, right? So this is a real-time requirement, real-time challenge, real-time activity. In real-time projects, as per the client requirement, they raise a request, they forward the request to DevOps team, cloud team. As per the requirement, we need to create the resources. Okay? Yeah. Practically, we'll see this today. Practically, so we'll work on this, and I give you one task also today. Okay, so you need to perform the task. Okay, tomorrow I'll check it out. Yeah. So let us go back here. Go to fine. Client raise a project team raise a request. They need a server. Okay. So now click on launch instance. App server. So I take this Amazon Linux only. Second AMI, I want to choose T2 micro. So here instance T2 micro key pair. I want to use the default key pair. So here a security group, any security group I want to use. So here alt SCP or anything I want to use. Next one, 8 GB storage. So here, yeah, click on advanced. Expand one. So we are discussing about storage right today. EBS volume, EBS volumes we are discussing, right? So this is the volume which we are going to attach to the server, right? So this EBS volume is 8 GB storage here. So we discussed GP2, GP2, right? What is GP2? General purpose 2, general purpose 2, right? So here can check in. Take in. See here, general purpose SSD GP2. So if you want to modify to GP3, you can modify GP3. It's a higher speed. Okay, they are giving GP2. You can keep as is. Okay, yeah, IOPS is 100 by 3000, right? So yeah, this is very very important. Delete on target. What is this? If you give yes, what will happen? If you change to no, what will happen? By default, it is selected yes. If you keep as is, what will happen? When you terminate your server, along with the server, this volume also will be terminated. If you change to no, what will happen? Volume will be available, server will be deleted when you delete yours, right? But here we need to change to no, because once they ask us to terminate the server, this volume should be available, right? In real-time projects, always change to no. Okay. Yeah. Now I change to no. Only one instance. Fine. That is fine. Now click on launch instance. Now the instance is being ready. Yeah, now the instance is in running state. Okay. Yeah. Now scroll down here. Elastic block store. Click on volumes. This is the volume. So currently this volume is in use state. In use state means this is already attached to server, right? Yeah. So this is the attached resource. This is the server ID. This is the server ID. Clear, right? Yeah. Now project team asks us to terminate the server. The project team asks us to terminate the server. In that case, what we will do? So we need to go ahead and delete the server. Here so as per the requirement, so once we receive the request, first of all, we need to check the description in the request, and approval should be in place. Approval should be in place. So approval should be attached to the ticket, right? So BU head approvals required. Business unit head approvals required, right? So as per the request, we need to terminate the server. Okay. So we created the server, hand over to project. They started working on the server. The project is completed, for example. Okay. Now what I will do before that, connect this server. So this is my server. So the space hyphen I just want to give the, I want to change the root. I want to change the root. So now in this server, I create 100 files. How can we get the 100 files? What's the command? Touch. These are the 100 files. Okay. Yeah. So mkdir so 100 files, 100 files created in this server. Okay. Yeah. So this is a project data. For example, this is project data. So project is completed. They ask us to terminate the server, right? Yeah. So now what we have to do, as per the request, we need to terminate the server. Okay. So now go back here. Now I want to terminate the server. So once I terminate the server, the volume should be available. EBS volume should be available because we changed to no, delete and termination, right? Yeah. Now select your server, go to instance state, terminate instance. Now instance is terminating. So everyone following, right? Online students. So now the service terminating. Once the service terminated, so we need to go and check with the volume. What about volume, right? So wait for a few seconds. Yes, now it is terminated. So go back to volume, previous volume. Click on volumes. Now refresh here. So this volume is what happened? What about this volume? Volume is available, but attached server is not there here. Server is not there. So once we create the server, yeah, when we create the server, by the time when we check the volume that was showing in use state, right? Now it is showing available state. So it is not in use. This volume is not in use. It is not attached to any of the server. This volume is idle, right? Yeah. Now this volume is having use data sets, the project data. This data, the project is required after 1, right? Yeah. So if you hold the volume for 1 month, some charges will be applied. EBS volume is a bit costly. That is why. So this volume, we need to take one snapshot, right? Select this volume, go to actions, create snapshot. Click on create snapshot. Description you can give app server snapshot. So for easy understanding, I'm giving like this. Even the tag name product, tag name also you can give the same. Click on create snapshot. So now the snapshot is being ready. So click on snapshots here. Under this volume, there is a snapshot, right? See here. Now the snapshot is being ready. This is the snapshot. snapshot is being ready. So our snapshot is ready here. See here, this is our snapshot, app server snapshot, right? So once we create the snapshot, so we don't require volume. The data is available in the snapshot, right? So now go back to volumes, select your volume, go to actions, and here delete the volume, right? Delete. So the data is available in the snapshot only, right? So after 1 month, project team came and they asked us to provide the data. So we can say that just wait for 2 minutes, we'll provide the data. So once they ask data, so we need to provide within 5 minutes soon. They will not wait, right? Within 5 minutes or 10 minutes maximum, right? So, but when we move the data to Glacier, so moving data to Glacier is very simple, very easier, very faster. But archiving the data will take more time. Recovering the data takes more time. That is only the disadvantage of Glacier. Okay. Yeah, snapshot, immediately we can recover the data. In snapshot, whatever the data we store on the snapshot, that we can recover immediately. So this is the snapshot, so which is completed right here. Yeah, so project team required the data. Now what we can do, snapshot is a binary copy, binary data. So we cannot directly read binary data. That is why what we have to do, again, we need to convert to the volume and we need to attach to the server and we can hand over to project. Okay. Yeah. So the snapshot, select your snapshot, go to actions. Now create volume from snapshot. Again, we need to create one volume. So while creating the volume, we can customize whatever the speed you required. You can customize here. Even the volume also you can customize here. So 10 GB, 20 GB also can customize, right? So IOPS, yeah, AP South A, 1A. This is the zone. Name, app server, volume. Now click on create volume. So now the volume is created. Click on volumes. See here, this is the volume, right? Volume is created. So this volume is in AP South 1A. So in the same zone, we need to create one server and we can attach this volume to the server, right? Yeah. Now what I will do, launch instance, test server, or you can say app server 2, app server 2. So Amazon Linux only. Second AMI can take instance type T2 micro, key pair, any key pair you can take. So network settings here, you can edit here. So VPC, default VPC, but subnet zone should be AP South 1A only because volume is available in AP South 1A. That is why we need to choose the subnet AP South 1A only, right? Select 1A. Now, yeah, auto assign public IP should be enabled. Security group, you can select any security group. HGB storage, one instance. So by default, one storage will be attached to the new server launch. Now the instance is being ready. Now the server is in running state. Now go back to volumes. So this is our old volume, AP server, app server volume, old volume, right? So this is the new volume, in new state, one default volume created, right? Along with the app server 2. This is the volume which is in new state. But this is the old volume which is in available state. This volume we need to attach to the server as a secondary volume. So primary volume is this one. So this volume we need to attach to the secondary volume. So primary volume drive name is, so I'll show you that. This volume drive name is /dev/xvda. Okay. So this volume also need to be attached to the server so that it will change to, this will be changed to in use once we attach. Okay. Now what I will do, attach, yeah, select your volume, go to actions, attach volume. So now instance you can choose here. This is the instance which is in running state. So without downtime, on the fly, we can attach the volume to the server. Attach here. So device name, no need to give anything. So if you want to, yeah, device name also required here. So device name. So primary volume always /dev/xvda. Primary volume, drive name always /dev/xvda. Secondary volume, you can give like this /dev/sdb or /dev/sdc. Select this, click on attach one. Now the state has been changed here. Now it is in use state. So this server we can hand over to project. But here the problem is now copy your, yeah. So the project data is available in the secondary volume, not in primary volume, right? The project data is available in secondary volume. But the project team asks us to connect as a primary volume. You understanding that, everyone? This volume is whatever the volume we attach, that volume we attach as a secondary volume, not primary. But now the project team asks us to connect this volume as a primary volume. This old volume, they ask us to connect as a primary volume. Now how can we convert that? How can we change that? So if you try to access the data is not available in the primary volume. 100 files, 100 files created, right? That files and folders available in the old volume, secondary volume. But the project team asks us to convert into primary, this volume. In that case, what we will do now? So we need to stop the server first. So in this case, we need to stop the server. Stop instance. So now the instance is stopping. Once the instance is stopped, both the volumes we can detach first from the server. Both the volumes we can detach, and the old volume we can connect as a primary volume. So that once you log in server, you can see the data. I'll show you that practically. Now it is stopping. Now it is stopped, right? So once we stop this, go to volumes, refresh here. Both the volumes are in use state currently, right? So this both volumes are in use state. Now what I will do, I want to detach these volumes from the server. Okay. Select this second volume, go to actions, detach volume, detach. Now it is detached. Now it is showing available state. Next one. This one also, primary also, I want to detach. Detach. Right? Now the volume is detached. Both the volumes are detached. See here. Now both are in available state. Now I want to attach this second volume, old volume as a primary volume. Select this. Now go to actions. Now attach volume. So here instance, we need to choose the app server 2. So here try device name is mandatory. So select /dev /xvda is the primary one, primary drive. Select this. Now click on attach volume. Now it is attached. Now if you check here, it will show you in use state. You understand it, right, everyone? Yeah. Now, if you connect the server and if you check the data should be available. Okay. Now, go to instances. Yeah. First, we need to start the instance, right? The server we need to start first. Start instance. Now the instance is in running state. Now copy public IP. Open new putty. Right click here. Open new putty. Paste here public IP. Expand SSH. Expand authentication. Click on credentials. Browse. Now go to desktop. Select your email. Open. Yeah. Accept. EC2 hyphen. Now sudo space -i. Now if you check ls, the data should be available. Okay. That is available, right? Yeah. So the volume we converted to snapshot. Again, we converted to volume. That volume we attach to the server. Data is available, right? Data is not lost, right? So data available. It's the way you need to protect the data as a DevOps engineer, as a cloud engineer. So we need to protect the customer applications, customer data. Clear, right, everyone? Any questions here? So I give you one task here. So same requirement, just to go through the recording, same activity, you can take Ubuntu server. In place of Amazon Linux, you can take Ubuntu, right? You can create 100 files, 100 folders in the first server, delete the server. So that volume you can convert to snapshot. So again, the snapshot you can convert to volume. So after that, you can create one test server or any other server. For that server, default volume will be available, right? Along with that, this old volume you can attach as a secondary volume, right? So after that, you can shut down the server, stop the server. You can detach both the volumes. So this second volume, old volume, you can attach as a primary volume and you can test the data. So in place of Amazon Linux, you can take Ubuntu. That is one of the change. You can try that today. Okay. So tomorrow we'll see that. So if you face any errors or issues, let me know. I'll guide you. Okay. So this is a task, important task, and everyone make sure everyone practice. Don't miss the practice. So any questions here, anyone?
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, please. Yes.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Uh, can we detach EBS volumes while the instance is in running state?
Yeah, image anytime you can remove. Nothing to worry. Image you can remove.
I
Image
asked
you can.
about the volumes, EBS volumes.
EBS volume not possible. I yeah, I thought AMI. EBS volume, the server is in running state, so
Hmm.
it will not be allow you to remove. The
Okay.
volume is in use state, it will not allow you to remove.
Okay.
The volume
So
should be
it,
in available
so it
state.
is mandatory to stop the instance for few minutes to to attach the volumes and all, to attach and
Just a
detach volumes.
just a minute, just a minute, just a minute. I could not understand. Yeah, one second. Yeah, so just 2 minutes only. So background noise is coming here. Classroom students, just 2 minutes. Wait for 2 minutes. After that, you can discuss. Okay. Yeah. So go ahead, please. Your question. You can ask me again.
Yeah.
You're saying something.
So it's always necessary to stop the instance for few minutes to attach and detach volumes, right?
Yes, yes, mandatory.
Yeah. Okay.
Without stopping the server, it will not allow you to detach.
Okay. Okay.
Downtime needed.
Yeah. Yes. Thank
Sorry.
you.
Terminate and stop. Terminate means delete. Stop means shut down. Permanent delete. Yes. Once you terminate, that will not be recovered. But in real time projects, we use the backups. By using backups, you can recover. So clear, right? Clear, right? Any other questions, anyone? Any other questions, anyone? You can unmute and you can ask your question if you have any question. Mayur and Abdul,
Yeah.
I gave you unmute
Uh,
option.
yes, thank you, sir. So when we were selecting the EBS, right? So there was that IO input output per second thing, right? Like, is there any benchmark that like can we increase it or something?
Volume, you want to increase volume, right?
No, no, the
IOPS,
PS
IOPS.
thing, right?
So IOPS you can
IOPS.
modify. Modify. If you want to modify, you can modify. Yes.
So what benefit it would give us?
Speed, right? Speed of the volume. So as per the project requirement only. So as per the
Mhm.
project requirement only can modify the configuration whenever needed.
Okay, okay. So in the real time, do we get such requests to increase the speed?
Yes, yes. So as per the requirement, we can increase the speed, we can decrease the speed.
Okay, thank you.
So Mayur, you can ask your question.
Hello, Ram sir.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Ram sir, if the small volume which we have attached that is full, so is there any automating option that it can re-trigger and generate one more small volume and attach itself? Like, or we have to create only?
I don't understand your question. Can you speak a bit louder? So volume, one volume is there already. You are saying small volume, one more volume. What is that?
No, one volume is already there. That is 8 GB. And if that is full, I did not got that intimation that is full 100%. So is there any other option that it will, I mean, elastically upgrade itself, or it will create another volume for me? Is
No,
there
no, no, no.
option?
We can scale up whenever you want to increase the volume size, you can increase. It's very simple. On the fly, you can increase. Yeah, okay. I understand. So automatically, how can we expand the volume without manual intervention, right? You're asking.
Yeah, if I do, I am in the night, if I am not there handling servers. I'm not there at the PC or something, laptop.
Yes.
Then
Yeah. So we automate that. We automate that. Automation tools we can use.
okay, fine. I mean that volume itself will upgrade or it will create another volume. That
So we
auto-
need to create some threshold. Once they reach the threshold, it will automatically increase. That I'll show you while working on DevOps tools. Okay.
okay.
Yeah. So for example, if you want to increase the volume manually, this is the volume, right? It is in use state.
Yes.
The volume which is in use state. Just a minute, please. Yeah. For example, if you want to increase the volume manually, so this volume is in use state. Currently, this volume is in use state. See here, second volume in use state, right? Without any downtime, on the fly, you can increase the volume manually if you want. Select the volume, go to actions, modify volume. So in place of 8 GB, you can give 50 GB. Mod, modify. So now this will be increased here. Modify, increased, right? So like this, you can modify whenever you want manually. But automation also you can perform by using automation tools. That I'll show you while working on automation tools.
Okay. And is there any option like example my when we are uh, when we are creating volume and then we are creating again snapshot, and then from again snapshots we are reverting it to again volume, and then that volume is to be attached to server. So
Exactly. Yes.
is there any option like directly snapshot only, from snapshot only we are creating server, or snapshot only attaching to
Snapshot is a binary copy, right? So snapshot is like a zip file. Zip file we cannot directly read, right? That is why we need to convert into volume.
okay, okay,
Right.
right. Yeah. Thank you.
Sir, one question from my side. So once we convert the snapshot to the volume, and now then we are attaching that volume to the server. So in between, we have talked about the primary volume and secondary volume. What is that?
Yeah. So in our laptop, C drive is there, right? C drive, D drive, E drive. C drive is the primary drive, right? E drive and D drive, those are backup drives. Secondary drive. Same way, slash dev slash XVDA, which is the primary one. Slash dev slash SDA or SDC, those are secondary one. Understanding, right? In our laptop, C drive is the primary one. The C drive is corrupted. What will happen? OS will be gone. D drive corrupted. What will happen? The D drive is corrupted. What will happen? Nothing will happen. So you can format D drive. You can format D drive. What will happen? Nothing will be happen. If you remove the files in C drive, what will happen? Down. OS will be down. Right? Yeah, that is the difference. Clear, right, everyone? Yeah. So make sure everyone practice and don't miss the practice. So Anurag, it is clear to you, right, everyone? Everyone or Anurag? Yeah.
Yes.
Any other questions, anyone? Fine. Yeah. So make sure everyone practice. Tomorrow, you can showcase your task. Okay. So task is very important task, hands-on task. So we get the requirements like this. Every day we'll get the requirements. You need to perform the task. Yeah. So make sure everyone practice. Fine. Yeah. So tomorrow we are going to work on S3, simple storage service. Okay, which is a very, very important service. So in S3, I'll show you one project, small project. In S3, while working on S3, so how to create static website, how to configure static website in S3. We'll try to. This is a very interesting concept. S3 is very interesting concept. Tomorrow we'll work on. Fine. Yeah. Thank you all.